Hi guys, my name is Megan and today I've got some of my favorite sports romances part 2 for you. Alright, so it should be no surprise to any of you that I love sports romances. I think I have another video talking about some of my favorites and I'll leave that linked up above in the corner. Otherwise, this is part 2 to that one. Let's go ahead and just dive right in. So the first book that I would like to recommend is Relay. This is one that I love to pieces. This is a swimming romance. Let's see, I think I read this back in 2020 when it was the Summer Olympics. No, it was 2021 when they were doing these Summer Olympics. This just was like the best thing ever to read while watching the Olympic swimming finals. And if you need more Olympic joy in your life, this is a book to read. It's so good. It's actually set at an Olympics, and I love a good sports romance, and this one, fantastic. It's got a little bit of angst. It's got some friends to enemies to lovers, or friends to enemies to friends to lovers again, and it's fantastic. Would highly recommend. Next up I have Replay. This is a baseball-ish or baseball adjacent romance. This follows Yuta and Ritsu, who are both high school seniors, and they have both had to retire from their high school baseball team because they both need to focus on their summer or their entrance exams for college. It's also them trying to figure out where they fit in each other's lives now that they are done with baseball for the time being, and it's them figuring out if they have feelings for each other. It's very good, and there is some baseball still in this, even though they are both retired. They both are coaching their high school summer baseball camp, and it's just a fantastic manga. This one is 18 plus, so keep that in mind when you go for this one. Next up for you, I have Haikyuu. This is volume 1, and it isn't necessarily a sports romance, but I mean, there are vibes. And this is a high school volleyball team, and I fell in love with the TV show. I think we only got to watch the first season because Netflix took it off, but I love these dorks so much. They have kind of this rivals to friends, and they kind of have the vibes of it being a romance, like, and I mean, I think it's kind of implied later on that there is a romance between them. Anyway, this book is just fantastic. It's full of high school shenanigans. I also just love how hyper and Hinata is, and Kageyama is just totally stone-faced and just like super grumpy, but all of the side characters are all fantastic and I love them to pieces. This is one to definitely check out. The next book I'd like to recommend is On the Ice. So you guys know I haven't shut up about this one since I read it last year. This is the first book in the Stickside series. This follows Mitch Grayson, who is a college hockey player, and he is trying to work on his degree for when he's done with his NHL career that he would really like to have. This also follows Alex Dean, who is a professional hockey player, and he's dealing with some family issues and is taking time off, and he is a guest speaker or guest lecturer at Alex's college, and they kind of hit it off. Also, Alex Dean happens to be a demisexual main character. This is one of the first sports romance books where I've read a demisexual main character and had it like representation on page, and the fact that Alex is really wanting this friendship with Mitch and, you know, telling him, I'm not into you at the moment, and they start building this friendship, and then it builds into a relationship, and it's just so sweet. And like, this is a little bit angsty, but it's also really good. It's one of the best sports romances that I've read. And then the last sports romance that I have for you right now is Cheer Up, Love, and Pom Poms. This is a fantastic graphic novel featuring a trans cheerleader, has very overprotective parents, but also a team that's very queer but also doesn't quite get her. It's also following Annie, who is her former best friend. They had a kind of falling out, and then they are trying to mend their friendship because they're both on the cheerleading team now, and they start, you know, making people pay attention to the things that they say. Also, they start maybe kindling a little bit of a romance, and it's just a really fun graphic novel, and I love that this one has a trans main character. So those are some of my current favorite sports romances. What's a sports romance that you guys are really into? Let me know down below. If you guys like this video, don't forget the like button. If you haven't already but would like to, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And if you'd like to follow me on social media for more bookish stuff, check out the links down below. Alrighty, bye guys!